All right, it is 106.1 The Corner, and we are in the Corner Lounge this afternoon visiting with the one and only Alejandro Escovedo before the show at the Jefferson Theater tonight. Alejandro, how's it going?
It's going great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, glad to have you
good
in.
To be here again.
This is kind of our brand new Corner Lounge here. We've got a little bit more room to roam. They've moved us to a different part of the building, and we're ready to roll here. I guess let's get right into a song. What's up first, and introduce who's playing with you here.
Well, this is Mr. David Polkingham, plays guitar in the Sensitive Boys. We also have Hector Munoz on drums and Bobby Daniel on bass tonight. All right, so this is a song called Chelsea Hotel 78. This is a song about living in the Chelsea Hotel when I was in a band called The Nuns, and we had just played the last Sex Pistols show in San Francisco with them, and then moved to New York. And this is about when Sid and Nancy moved into the Chelsea Hotel. Okay.
All right, Alejandro Escovedo in the Corner Lounge here on 106.1 The Corner. Awesome stuff before the show at the Jefferson Theater tonight. And Alejandro, you played that song there off the most recent studio album, Real Animal. You said some new songs are in the works. Can we maybe expect some new songs tonight at the show?
You can. We're on our way to, this tour leads us to Lexington, Kentucky. On the 25th of January, we began making our new record. And we're doing it in the same studio in Lexington that we made Real Animal, using the same producer, Tony Visconti, to produce this one also. So we're really excited about it.
Nice.
We got a bunch of new tunes, yeah.
Do you like to kind of road test them like that and play them live before you go in and record them?
Yeah, it always helps to be able to play these ahead of time to kind of let, grow into them kind of, And they evolve along the way too, so they're always changing at this point, So it's always fun to play them ahead of time and see what we get the audience reaction, which always helps us determine whether something's completely vile and we shouldn't use, or something's embraced by the audience. That always makes us feel good.
Right, and I know last time around you wrote a lot with Chuck Prophet.
I did.
Are you doing something similar this time?
Yeah, we do some collaboration with Chuck too.
Cool. And the band has changed around a little bit here recently. Is that right? Or
well, only in that we're not using strings on this record as much as we have in the past record. It's more of a guitar record, rock and roll record. So, just giving it a break for a while. Not saying that it's the end of that, because I think in March when we do South by Southwest, we're going to play with the orchestra where we use 15 pieces, we use horns and keyboards and percussion, and we'll have the strings on board for that.
Nice. Yeah, I got to see it at South by Southwest
a
couple of years ago. That was amazing. So you mentioned Tony Visconti and working with him as a producer, and you've worked with some amazing producers in years past, like John Cale as well.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could maybe tell folks what that experience is like, maybe just between those two guys and their different styles and things like that.
They're very different. John had more of a... like his whole thing starts with the voice, the guitar, the song, and the images really within the song. So I spent a lot of time with just John and I. He would play keyboards. I was sitting directly across from him. I would start playing the songs, and we'd get a good take, things that he liked, and he'd play against them, just kind of impressionistically playing against them. It was really beautiful. And from that, the band would come and do their tracking around that, right? So the core of it for him is the voice and kind of the imagery that you get and the emotion in that imagery. Tony, on the other hand, was way into the band, and which really made it perfect for the kind of record we were making, a rock record, So he loved the band, embraced the band, was very kind of like another member of the band, He's very musical. He brought a lot of... harmony type stuff that we really wanted. I wanted all that stuff off the Bowie records and T-Rex. I wanted my record to sound like a Bowie record, basically. So he was perfect. But he's also very, they're two different but equally masterful, practitioners of their art, So they were both really amazing to work with.
Yeah, definitely. It's Alejandro Escovedo here joining us in the Corner Lounge before the show at the Jefferson Theater tonight. And for folks that don't know, Alejandro, you had a chance to join Bruce Springsteen on the Magic Tour back in '08 at the date in Houston, Texas. And did that call kind of come out of the blue for you, or did you have kind of a relationship built up prior to that, or how did that all kind of come about?
I never met Bruce until we basically met on stage. You know? Yeah, I thought, we share the same manager, and so I thought I was going there to just meet Bruce and meet my managers and have dinner maybe and see a show, And that was my first Bruce Springsteen show ever. I'd never seen him. So I was really impressed with the show when I first saw it, but it was really kind of like, it was one of those scary, exhilarating moments in your life, where like I was totally frightened, but it was so much fun too at the same time, And he was really sweet. He was a great guy. The whole bunch of them were great.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you had a chance to tour with Dave Matthews Band, is that right? For
we
a little
did.
bit?
Yeah.
And of course, this is kind of their home base, or was for a long time. What's your impression of those guys? And did you get to hang out with them when you tour like that, or is it just kind of
really cool, man? It was like one of the greatest tours because we got a glimpse of the show, the big time, and he would come out. Dave would come out and introduce us every night, and we got to meet Leroy, and the band was really cool to us. I mean, it was one of the. Everything's so cool. Everything's eco-minded and eco-wise, and just the whole vibe of that tour was really cool. I loved it. It was a great experience. And again, here you have a situation where we're used to playing in clubs forever, 30-something years of playing in clubs, and suddenly we're playing these big sheds with, I don't know how many people. It seemed like 50,000 people or whatever. And I'd never seen the texting thing too, where when you kids are texting each other, where
Right.
are you? And, and so like nobody really cares, kind of like thing, you're in there and everyone's texting each other and looking at their iPhone or whatever. So it was kind of funny, but we learned a lot on that tour, and I would do it again in a second. Yeah.
Well, now the Corner as a radio station, we've been here a little over 3 years now, and having been to South by Southwest down in Austin a few times, I can kind of see some similarities between where Charlottesville is kind of going, and it just seems that there's a lot of great musicians in this area, and a good vibe and a good support system for live music. And you're one of those guys that's really put Austin on the musical map over the years, even though you've kind of lived all over the place at various points. But I was wondering what advice you might give to Charlottesville as you've kind of seen Austin get just really ridiculously huge.
Yeah, that's a funny thing because like when I first got to Austin, here was this like oasis of creativity, and it was always known as a city in which you could experiment, like guys there, Towns and Butch and Joe and Jimmy Dale, Billy Joe Shaver was there when I got there. Doug Somm was living there. I mean, it was just this amazing place, right? And slowly but surely, it's like the business kind of comes into it. And, and it was looked upon as this kind of weird, freaky sister city to Nashville, But then people there in Austin suddenly wanted that recognition, that business, the commerce and all that stuff. And it grew to be, it's a big place now. And it is, even though they'll say live music capital of the world, or whatever, it's like you go there and most of the clubs have been torn down because they're building condos, they're building apartment buildings. There's sound ordinances now that are ridiculous. Musicians get harassed on the street for loading in at, inopportune times or whatever. Whereas before it was just carefree and whatever, So the thing to keep is whatever it is that makes Charlottesville so unique. You have to embrace that and not try to make it something commercialized that you can sell. Because once you sell it, it's over, it's gone.
Right.
And you can't get it back.
And I definitely realize that's...
Is that true, guys?
Yes. Yeah. When I go down there for South by Southwest, I realize that's not the real Austin in any
you're
way.
You're getting like the most...
It's on steroids.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like... And, one thing that always used to freak me out is because they would always go, we want to be the third coast, we want this and we want that. And go, you don't realize what you have here, please, And now it's grown to the point that, we have traffic jams and stuff, whereas before we didn't have any of that stuff,
We look forward to the show tonight. It's going to be amazing. The Jefferson Theater is the place. It's brand new. So you guys are getting the brand new Corner Lounge, the brand new Jefferson Theater tonight, kind of the new version of Charlottesville here, but we're still keeping it pretty low key.
Oh,
though.
you're hip. Yeah.
We're trying anyway. But
Yeah.
We thought we'd get another song while you guys are, if you're up for it. What song are you going to do
Well,
next?
we're going to play one of our new songs now, and this is a song called The Anchor.
Excellent stuff. Alejandro Escovedo. Ow! In the Corner Lounge, the show is tonight at the Jefferson Theater. Get there early, doors at 7, and the North Carolina band, Roman Candle, is opening up. So check them out as well. We look forward to the new album. When do you think the new album will be coming out, guys?
June 29th.
Oh, it's already got a date and everything.
Yeah, June 29th.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to the new tunes and the old tunes. Whatever you play tonight, it's going to be amazing. Folks should definitely check it out. And groovy hat, too, by the way. I meant to compliment you on the hat. Alejandro Escovedo live tonight at the Jefferson Theater. They'll be talking about this one for years, I promise you.